Hey guys, welcome back to Lone Wolf Aquatics. And for this video, we're going to be doing a couple smaller projects that I'm super excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's smash it. Let's get right in. Let's go. All right, so today I have a project that is really just going to help the overall look and feel of the fish room and just how easy maintenance is, right? So I recently took a class called Lean Management, Lean 101, whatever, where it talks about, and basically the whole premise was helping your workers work harder with less work, so more proficiently with less work. So it's easier on them, but more gets done in the long run. So this project is really going to help with maintenance in the fish room because it's going to cut down on the overall time I'm actually spending doing it, because I really want to cut down on wasted time in the fish room. I really want to get to some awesome videos and really crack down on some awesome video content for you guys. So that's what this project is here today. So let's get right into it. All right, so right here I have my Betta fish rack system that's over 6 foot tall. It's got a few aquariums on it. That one at the top is the most recent. Now, what I'm gonna try and do, because I've noticed that way too many aquariums just really hard to maintain. So I'm gonna cut all 4 of these down and we're gonna put them into one with dividers. So it's gonna be a 20-gallon and it's gonna go right here. We're gonna have another 20-gallon right here that I'm gonna scape for a giant Betta. That's coming in a couple weeks. Super excited for that one because it's gonna be really, really fun. But this just doesn't, it doesn't look good. Yes, there is some algae. The water does look a little brown and it is low right here. Just got back like a week ago from Aquashella and then was immediately thrown into work. So I really haven't had a chance to do any of this, but now's the time. So let's get cracking. All right. So this aquarium right in front of you is the Pemco aquarium, metal frame aquarium that I got not too long ago. It was built back in the 1960s. So it's a pretty old tank. It still works really, really well. So this is the aquarium. It is a 20-gallon long that I'm going to be using for the Betta tank or whatever. Now for this aquarium, I have built these little dividers. It's got some screen across so it allows some water flow, but these are made out of corrugated plastic. So they are going to fit in just like this. There's going to be 3 of them. I want to glue them just on the bottom and maybe a little bit on the back just to kind of help them stay put. There's going to be 4 sections for 4 Bettas that'll cut it into 5 gallons each. And then this has to cure for 48 hours, the silicone does. So I want to make sure it's cured before I even consider putting fish into it. All right, for this first piece, it just kind of fits straight down the middle. That's the middle bracing right there. If you can see that. Yeah, there you go. And so it just kind of fits. It's nice and stiff. It works really, really well. There's no gaps. There's a tiny one at the top there, but no gaps all the way down. So that's awesome. So I might just glue it on either side here and just leave that one be and then throw the other 2 in and just kind of slice it down the middle. I might measure. But anyway, let's get this one glued in first and then we'll go from there. All right, that is the first one done. I don't know if you can even see the silicone. Just barely. You can just barely see the silicone. Now, I'll be honest, it does actually look really good, except for that top part there, but you won't really be seeing that. So it does look pretty good because it's actually not super, super hard. But anyway, so yeah, that's the first one in. Looking great. Smack dab in the middle too. So pretty happy with that. So let's just get the other 2 in here, get them glued in, and we're ready to go. All right, now I did throw a couple pieces of tape just to kind of help line everything up nicely, so that way I know exactly where the wall is going to go. right, so the dividers are in. They actually went in a whole lot better than I thought. I did have to trim this one up a decent bit, and this one up a little bit. But then again, I mean, it's hard to get those perfectly straight lines without a straight line cutter or any sort of thing to keep them straight. So the silicone went in really, really nicely. I did actually end up breaking a tube of silicone, clear silicone. So that kind of sucks. Luckily, I had another one on hand. So I'm really excited. We're going to have four bettas in each of these. I'm going to do just a tiny little scape, have some fun with it, make them look slightly different. And yeah, we're going to throw sponge filters in each one, so that way it's all on one system, and I just turn it off. That way when I'm doing maintenance, instead of 4 individual aquariums that take 4 times as long, it's going to be one aquarium that does not take super long. Now, there are gaps in between the front glass and the plastic here, and that is for a reason. The reason is so that way the water can go through, and when I drain one side, it's not just going to drain this side, and the other 3 are going to be full and potentially break the walls. When I drain one side, all of them will drain. So it'll just kind of help cut down on maintenance and really help me be able to get to some of the bigger projects and better videos for you guys. Because, you know, personally, I would love to do more videos on like updates and more fish and stuff like that, as well as some tours like I did recently. But right now I can't really do that because I'm always maintaining something. And as you can tell from that previous video, there's a lot of algae in those tanks. So this will just kind of help cut down on that. And at the same time, it'll be just more of a beta racking system, I feel like, instead of, you know, all this whatever. I'll still keep 2 cubes on top. That'll be Lord Storm's tank and Googly the beta from the Samurai Forest that I just recently did. Update on that coming up in the future. And yeah, so this thing is just about done. We got to let it cure for 48 hours, so you guys probably won't see it until the next video. But yeah, let me know what you think. What would you have done differently? And if you would have, you know, done anything differently.